Hello everybody, welcome to a tutorial by A Musical Magic with Elfy Joe, and I of course am Elfy Joe. And today we're looking at variation 1 from the Hommage à Carl Maria von Weber by Kovacs. So Mr. Kovacs wrote a whole book of homages, and he's writing homages to the composer in the style of the composer, and it's really fantastically well written. There's also like Bach and De Falla and Bartók, to name a few, but today it's a variation 1 from Weber, and I'm super happy with my t-shirt because check it out. Oh yeah, I think it's probably one of the only adult-sized t-shirts in the world that can actually do this, because my daughter had a few reversible t-shirts like that, and I was like, that looks so much fun, I want one too. So finally I found one, so pretty happy with that. I prefer the golden side a little bit more because hello, Leo, gold, you know, right? So without further ado, here's variation number 1. Slip-ups in there, but as you already know, Musical Magic with Elfy Joe, it's not about like pretending to be perfect all the time and you know, all of that crazy stuff. So I'm actually inviting you into my space as I work with the music, and hopefully that is interesting. So a few little slip-ups, nothing too major. So I wanted to look a little bit at the structure here. So the first sentence is this. Second sentence. Third sentence. So it's pretty classical, 1, 1 plus 2. And then you hear it's all triplets, right? So if I were not to do any phrasing, it would be rather boring. Let me try to do it boring. No, that is not music, but just to give you the contrast so you kind of know what I'm talking about, right? So we're going to check out the legatos first. So the first one has 4 notes tied together. Okay, if you want to be like really precise, it's actually 5, because there's also a grace note. And then it's 3, another 3, and then 2 short ones. This is 2 short ones, staccato. And then again, 4, 3, 3, 2 staccatos. And then it changes. So here it doesn't go back until 3 until here. And then it's 3 and 3. So in the beginning of that final little bit, he does 2 together, jump for 2, 2 together, 2 together, and then jump, 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 jump. So can you feel like how you play with that structure? It really takes that like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It takes that heaviness out, because within the 1, 2, 3 structure, you're actually playing and moving around a little bit. So let me present the case. And we go on. Exactly the same as the first 2 sentences, and then we go differently. So also when you're practicing in music, when it has a classical structure, things will be repeating. So please don't like waste a lot of time like practicing this again and again. Because only in the piece it already comes 3 to 4 times. Just by playing the piece, you'll be getting many repetitions in already. So it is smarter to practice the bits that only occur once or twice, because you're actually not going to be playing them so much. So they need a little extra time to, like, you know, get really good. Let's continue. Oh, case in point. Okay, it's a variation. So it's, you can see he's taken the previous material and changed it a little bit, and now it's something very different. So it's just got this really nice, and then it's this. Uh-oh. So what happens here, it's actually still triplets, but they're all 2, 2, and 2. So if I would play it without the legato lines, it would be. Doesn't sound as fun. So he did it actually 2 and 2, which you get then 2 against 3 kind of feel. My finger keeps not wanting to press the octave key on the B, so you get a low E instead. Okay, so let's put that and this together. And then again, the same bit from the beginning. So it repeats a little bit, changes a little bit, and then it has a final sentence to it. So you have the structure within the short sentences with your legatos and staccatos, and then of course you have the overall structure from longer phrases, kind of like with writing, you know, when you go from phrases to paragraphs to chapters. That is exactly what happens in music as well. Okay, let me play it one more time. Now the funny thing what you can do is you can actually go back to the beginning of the video and then check out the difference between this final run and the first run. Because music is so cool, it's like always fluctuating, always changing, and it is actually always new. Because yeah, we've never been like when I first started this video, I hadn't been 8 minutes into the future yet. And now I have been. So everything changed again. So that is a really cool thing to be aware of with music. I'm gonna bid you farewell for now. I hope you join me again next video. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, till we play again.